Hiya, and welcome back to Moonlight Castle, the game that teaches us that Joel is actually shorter than Liam. See, we can tell because right there, I'm assuming it's Liam's top of the head, and we move over. Right there's Joel's. I'm pretty sure he's not lemon grab. Yeah. Anyways, let's just hop right in. Oh, fuck. Oh, god damn it, I had to sneeze and then I lost it. It was just me, Ryan, and Patrice now. Have you heard about the stray cat incident? The one that happened last year? Of course I do, everyone knows about it. I rolled my eyes. Sorry for not keeping up with the latest news. It sparked an argument between them because Blake blames Liam for it and Clyde disagrees. Yay! Ha! I don't remember Clyde telling us that. That's because it snooped around a little. Blake thinks Liam gave him that scar. And you still believe him? Ryan shrugged, choosing not to side with either of them. I don't know. Sounds realistic. I wouldn't put anything past Liam. I don't think Liam did that. You don't? He was confident about it. Damien, you get... fucking... I don't know. You get a virtual cookie. Let me see if I can send one. Okay. Got that, and... there you go, just for you, Damien. Just for you. I mean, I had to deal with that little shit for years. He's not the violent type. Like, bro, he's super weak. You could easily step on him. He'd never try to fight back. Ryan was wearing an evil grin on his face, and we both knew what he was thinking about. Please don't step on people. Oh, I'd never. We don't believe you. Not on purpose, at least. Don't be silly. Should I check on Clyde? It's been a minute. He could use a reminder, just in case. We'll see what the others are doing in the meantime. Blake was in plain sight, leaning against a pole, smoking his cigarette while staring at the moon. A small puff of smoke came out of his mouth and rose up into the sky after inhaling the fumes. I take it that we're going? There was a tinge of sadness in his voice. He took another long drag of his cigarette, finishing the entire thing, and discarded it in a small trash bin nearby. I wanted to say something, but it felt inappropriate. Ryan placed his paw on my shoulder as we watched Blake enter the car, and I added mine on top of his. I'm sure he's been thinking about it. I know, I just wish we could speed it up. Liam, we're talking about Liam getting stepped on. Okay, but why are we stepping on Liam? Is it for the ha-ha funnies? Or are we trying to inflict severe pain onto him? Because Ryan wanted to, apparently. Oh, so we're trying to kill him. Just kidding. We love you, Ryan. We love you. Never change. You look very comfortable. I just want to hug you. I just want to hug you and then fall asleep against your warmth. Ryan would make the perfect bed for the winter times. I know, I just wish we could speed it up. I feel you. Dylan started honking, giving us an absolutely unnecessary scare. I want to leave. I don't hate him. I love Liam. He continued to honk the horn, and he most likely wouldn't stop until we joined him. I pinched the bridge of my nose, annoyed, and time to start flipping the fuck out. Time to start flipping the fuck out. I just got a notification on TikTok. I'm gonna start panicking. Breathe in, breathe out. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. Just... I am peace. I am zen. He continued to honk the horn, and he most likely wouldn't stop until we joined him. I pinched the bridge of my nose, annoyed. We had been eating some noise. That's what I prevented last time. I'll get him away from the driver's seat. Ryan rushed toward the car and I followed after him. The two were pushing each other, trying to take control over the seat, and it surprised me how much Ryan struggled to get the upper hand. Dylan must have been really tough considering he easily overpowered Patrice. I would never want to be on his bad side. We're here! Patrice joined us with Clyde in tow. The dragon silently seated himself on the corner, away from everyone else and opposite to Blake. Ryan managed to pull Dylan out in those seconds of hesitation from the others arriving, and so the squabble ended. Everyone's seated. You can drive now. I placed myself in the front next to Ryan, just like yesterday, and after a few hiccups, the car started and we drove back to the forest. Not everyone was talking, some voices were missing. Clyde and Blake didn't engage in any conversation, and just watched the scenery go by. Yeet la criatura. No, don't yeet him. Hug him. Just pick him up, hug him, and then suplex him. Fucking body slam him. Punch his face in. But don't yeet him. How are you doing? I gave him a subconscious smile. Just seeing that he noticed and asked was reassuring me. Don't get distracted. You haven't learned the route yet. Yes, I did! Tell him, Patrice! He tends to memorize roads fast. Can't say the same for school material, though. A love-hate relationship with Liam? No! That's the thing. I don't have a love-hate relationship with him. It's called cuteness aggression. Let me pull it up. Let me look it up. It's a thing. It's a thing. Right here. On Wikipedia. Cute aggression or playful aggression is superficially aggressive behavior caused by seeing something cute, such as a young human or animal. People experiencing cute aggression may grit their teeth, clench their fists, or feel the urge to bite, pinch, and squeeze something they perceive as cute. On NPR, adorableness overload can lead to violent urges. When too cute is too much, the brain can get aggressive. Sometimes, this is why I say do not take me seriously, because I don't actually want to do that stuff to Liam. I just want to pick him up and hug him. And then put him on top of the fridge because he needs to go into timeout. Why are you mad, Axel? Why are you mad? He doesn't memorize roads fast. Can't say the same for school material, though. You could have stopped at the compliment. Patrice leaned forward, placing his head between us. You're always fishing for those, but I'm the wrong person. Ryan blushed, and when he had a chance to freely move his hand, pushed him back to his seat, grumbling words under his breath I couldn't catch. I don't know. I don't know. Be careful. He deserved it. I found him cute. The way he reacted was one of the things I liked the most about him, especially how, by looking at me, he'd calm down and smile back. Bite him. Bite him, Joel. Just reach over and nom on his arm. Just, nyah. The campsite wasn't far, and with a few minutes left of traveling, I wanted to go back to Liam's book and read more of the flavor text in the back he mentioned. Ah, I see. Ryan briefly glanced over in my direction and saw what I was doing. I wonder how he came up with all that in such a short amount of time. I spent some time reading and discovering generic ghost trivia that personally didn't convince me, but it was interesting nonetheless. He was creative, at least. I wanted to hear about the colors. Does it say why some are blue and others are red? That reminded me I also wanted to check that out. I skimmed through the pages and found the flavor text I was looking for. The book says that red ghosts are evil, vengeful, and can't distinguish friend from foe. It's best to avoid them entirely or pay the consequences. Well, that wasn't so bad. I understood that perfectly, making it too complicated my ass. Blue ones instead don't care about you and can be approached with caution. It's recommended to avoid confrontation regardless. I'd love to chat with a ghost. I'm adding that to my bucket list. It says that you shouldn't because they can turn into red ghosts under certain circumstances. I feel like everything in that book wants to kill you somehow. Liam wrote it. Exactly my point. Can we drop the ghost talk now? It's not bad yet, but I'm growing uncomfortable. Oh, sorry. I didn't think you were listening. I just noticed the car had gone quiet. We must have been the only ones talking at this point, so it was basically impossible to not listen to our discussion. We've arrived. I walked out and stretched a little. There was a strange smell in the air I couldn't quite define. Ryan waited for everyone to exit the car before locking it. I took our bag for the time being until the barrel was ready to hold it. We gotta walk through that forest, huh? A copyright strike? Okay, Axel. Okay, Axel. I'm going to ask you a question. Is it a copyright strike or a copyright claim? Is it a strike or a claim? Because strikes are... Oh, copyright claim? Oh, then you're fine. You're fine. Don't worry about it. Take it from me, because here's the thing. All these VODs are getting copyright claimed by YouTube. Basically the entire Echo series and Ad Astra is copyright claimed. And I'm still around. Because claims are a lot less serious than strikes. It basically means, hey, don't worry about it. Just don't do anything. Hell, even some of the VODs here on Twitch are copyright claimed. There is a huge fucking difference. Look, if you just get a claim, don't worry about it. Just don't do anything. Be sure to check the information though. But you most likely will not have to worry about it. If it's a strike, then panic. Because I don't know what to do in a strike situation. I think most creators don't know what to do in a strike situation. A claim, that's fine, just ignore it. But a strike? I'd freak the fuck out. It's an awkward trail, very easy to lose your footing and hurt yourself.
Stay close to Dylan then. He can easily hold you.
That got me thinking about all the possible scenarios, and I came to the conclusion that Dylan wouldn't save anyone. Or if he truly tried, he'd reach for any part of your body within grab range, making the rescue look awkward and uncomfortable. Somehow I feel safer alone. I also don't like tripping tonight. Just watch where you step. You'll be fine. We walked through the main path and reached the old campfire site. This place felt nostalgic for some reason. It's only been one day, yet it didn't feel like that at all. I wanted to go back to that night. Everyone looked so much happier then, didn't they?
Okay, get closer now. I'd rather not lose any of you before reaching our destination.
The bushes and leaves rustled as he pushed them out of the way to make space for us. First my nose could barely pick up that strange odor, but now it was growing stronger and more present. I had no idea what it was, but I personally didn't like it. It was something I've never smelled before. Can you smell that? Smell what? Food? I narrowed my eyes, annoyed. No. Then it's a no here too. His nose was sharper than mine, so I had expected him to say something about it. Can you hallucinate smells? Is that even possible? I managed to get through the forest without slipping this time around. The old rusty gate was just a few steps away, so we took a small break to rest and gather up. I was happy to see Blake approaching Clyde to check on him. It's always hard to keep pretending to be upset. When you love your friends, those negative feelings never last too long. Tired? A little. I can keep going. I walked up to the main group but slowed down in my tracks to observe Dylan and Liam instead. They were usually a bit further away from us while staying in close proximity. Dylan was holding his nose just like I was before. He must have been feeling it as well.
You guys done catching your breath? Let's get inside already.
Liam was growing impatient, just like last time. It was the only occasion where I've ever seen him truly upset. The castle's towers were now fully visible as we got closer to the main entrance. I remembered that old fountain full of debris, built exactly in the middle of what could have been a small plaza in the past. We walked through, ignoring everything around us to get inside. My body shivered when a chilling wind began blowing behind us, almost trying to push us in. It wasn't raining, at least. Liam pushed the door open, making us hear that awful creaking noise again. A putrid, disgusting smell welcomed me when I stepped into the lounge. It was unbearable, so strong and pungent, I was tearing up, and breathing through my shirt did nothing. Dylan began cursing out loud, only for a sudden coughing to stop him. This is bad! The atmosphere, this place isn't the same anymore. I could tell something happened here while we were gone. What was that smell? I'd never smelled something so rancid before. It's like rotting? Expired food? No, that would never be so powerful. Oops! You okay? Why are you holding your shirt like that? You don't feel it? Feel what? I glanced over my friends and realized that not everyone was affected. It was impossible to ignore even if you tried. I didn't know ghosts had an odor. This shit is going to make my nose bleed. Is this one of those things normal people can't sense? I'm content with not knowing. Then describe it to me.
Of course I don't smell. This is...
Liam held his tongue, uncertain about revealing that information. The ground's moving. An earthquake? Everyone out, now!
Wait, don't leave!
Liam tried to keep the group close to him, but that didn't make sense. It wasn't safe for us to stay inside, not until the shaking had stopped. It started weak, but slowly built its way up to a strong, violent movement. The kind that wouldn't let you walk without tripping. I don't wanna die! Patrice was horrified and, before anyone could get out, shoved us out of the way to attempt to leave first. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. He had worked so hard not to panic, but nothing could have prepared him for a neutral calamity. For a natural calamity. Another person, faster than Patrice and agile enough to not lose balance, sprinted past all of us and tackled the tiger down. Stay the fuck here! Dylan was now sitting on top of Patrice and yelled at us while blocking the way. I was confused and concerned. This wasn't the time to argue, but he was keeping us from leaving, sending glares our way. What are you doing? If this place collapses, we're going to die. The tiger begged and cried from below, unable to set himself free, causing Ryan to take action. That's enough! Let him go! We can't stay here! My head also began throbbing. The earthquake and the infighting wasn't enough, apparently. Rocks began falling outside near the entrance, where Patrice would have been. That quickly turned into a rock slide and ended with the giant boulder crashing in front of the door, locking us in. A massive wave of dust and sand formed upon impact, creating a wall of smoke that decreased our visibility. I could barely even see myself, but that didn't matter. I was hoping the others were unharmed. Is everyone okay? I could hear Patrice's crying voice even before Ryan yelled. We were all gathered around Patrice and felt relieved upon seeing them all safe and sound. That was it. The earthquake stopped, everything was quiet again, and we all watched in horror at the end result. Shut up! Dylan tried in vain to make Patrice stop. Okay, fine! He refused to get up until the tiger had calmed down. We're trapped! We're trapped! We're trapped! Calm down. We can always escape through the windows. Technically, we didn't know how much damage the castle had received. We had to find a different way out regardless.
You should be thankful Dylan saved your life just now.
I could feel the disdain in his tone. He didn't seem to care at all about Patrice's mental state. Of course, we all acknowledged that the way Liam said that was just wrong. Patrice began gasping for air. I knew exactly what that meant and what he was going through. He's hyperventilating. You have to move. I'm serious. Dylan reluctantly obliged and Clyde rushed to his side. Can you focus on me? I'm here to help you. Clyde gently rolled him around to make eye contact. Patrice slowly nodded in response. I'm going to pinch your nose. Do your best and try breathing through one of your nostrils. Okay? Another nod from Patrice, seeing his breathing slowing and stabilizing, cheered us up for the time being. Patrice hugged Clyde tight. He was clearly scared and upset. Clyde reassured him, giving back the same warm hug. We should look for an exit and get Patrice and Clyde back to the car. If Liam wants to keep playing games, he can.
We can't leave. If you try that again, Dylan will save you from becoming an omelet.
What are you talking about? That was a coincidence, wasn't it? Please, nobody can artificially cause an earthquake.
I don't expect you to believe everything I'm saying, but at least understand that this place isn't the same as yesterday. You can feel that, right?
I was afraid to admit it.
Then look around the lounge, see if you can figure it out.
What is he talking about? Try not to listen. I don't want you to have another episode. Something different about the lounge itself? It was hard to tell now with this dust cloud around us. I took Liam's book from the bag and compared the current room with the map. Wait, the layout, has it changed? Ryan took it from my hands to see himself. Huh? It's just a drawing, surely it's not too different from... Okay, are you guys remembering right? Because if we can't trust the map, then... Are you trying to say the walls moved and changed position? Of course not! But how can we explain this? We just went through a fairly strong earthquake. The map isn't reliable anymore. Russell walked up to the boulder and pushed. Maybe we can just move it out of the way? Let me try. Be careful, we can't see if there's more than one and you could get hurt. The two combined their strength, but the rock didn't budge an inch from where it landed. It stuck. Liam rolled his eyes, approached Patrice, and helped him up.
Can you walk on your own?
I guess so.
Let's find that safe room and have them stay there for now.
Sure. Better than seeing them on the floor. They could be anywhere. I'd rather wait here until you find it.
I do know where it is now.
You said you were unsure.
That was before the earthquake and before the room layout suddenly changed. A safe room is not affected by any of this, and there's only one hallway that's still accurate to my map.
Liam walked to the right toward the hallway Ryan and I took last night.
Follow me.
We moved after Liam into the dark corridor, and even if I couldn't see that far, I could already see something that left me deeply confused. Why did you stop? The floor, look at it. I couldn't forget about the dusty floor we witnessed last night and how every step we took left behind a clear print in its wake. I guess that landslide covered our tracks? That wasn't possible. It would take more than 24 hours to hide yesterday's movements, and now there was not a single trace left of them. As if we had never walked through this hallway before. If they're leaving us behind, we should keep moving. Yeah, sorry. Was there a remote possibility of this being engineered? But you'd leave some sort of clue behind, I think. If that was the case, though, why? What's the point of doing something like this? To preserve the original decay? I felt stuck. It seemed such a meaningless thing to do, and yet the proof was there, in front of my eyes. I saw the others attempt to open some of the doors while Liam kept walking straight ahead. Did he know they were all locked without checking first? I guess I did tell him that. There's the same situation again. Expand on that. We're following a path someone else made for us, like it's on purpose.
Some doors are just for show, most likely fake to create hesitation and anxiety.
I feel none of that. You can take your time and inspect everything.
You're not being chased yet.
Chased? Did he fucking say chased? I am absolutely not leaving this room once we get there.
Good to hear, 'cause it's here.
Those doors at the end of the hallway led to the dining hall, no doubt about it. They effortlessly spread open for all of us, and Liam stepped inside first. Or that's what I thought would happen. He instead stopped on the border between the two, staring at something up ahead. I could see a faint light through the gaps, but I couldn't make it out until I got closer. Some candles were sitting on the table, giving a nice warm light to the dark environment around us. On any other occasion, I would have liked to see this because I like candles. But here, if none of us did that, then there's only one possible explanation. We should leave. If someone else is here, things could get difficult to handle.
Get inside. Let's sit down and discuss this.
You're really testing my patience here. We did as he asked and fully entered the room. I went to the candles right away and noticed one in particular giving a soft blue light instead of orange like the others. They were nice, comforting, and giving off a positive energy, but the frightening question behind their existence remained. Clyde walked up to me, gave the candles a brief look, and then covered his mouth to hold in a gasp. 8. There are 8 candles. They were scattered across the table, so it didn't hit me right away, but it's true. Exactly 8. The same as us. They're welcoming us. What's the problem? I didn't like that at all. Who is welcoming us? How could he smile at me like that after saying something so creepy? Did you put these here? Liam raised a brow and laughed at the question.
Of course I did. I came here long before you guys and prepared these candles in advance to give you a little fright. Such a jokester I am.
Dude, that's a legit question. You can just say no.
Forgive me if it gets on my nerves when everyone sees something strange and always points their fucking finger at me.
I knew coming here was a mistake. I'll look for a way out and come back once I find it. I'll help you, but first hear him out.
If Dylan will be by your side, then I have nothing to worry about. Everyone else should stay here and wait for us to return.
Why? Ryan and I wanted to help as well. Are we in the way? He's been studying that book you gave him for a while now.
I didn't expect it to be this bad. Stay here with Clyde and Patrice.
When and where do we meet up?
Here, in 1 hour. I'll try to be done fast.
Wasn't I supposed to return this book?
I'll come back for it later. We don't know if the map is reliable anymore, so stay here.
Sure, I suppose. Answer me, Liam. What was that smell about, and why can't I sense it? Liam turned in his direction, then fidgeted a little bit, wondering if he could give Blake the answer he wanted to hear, but eventually gave in to his demand.
It's a smell of death. That unmistakable stench of decomposing bodies.
I felt like throwing up. Of course I couldn't have understood what it was. Oh yeah? That doesn't answer my question in full. Liam was lost in his thoughts, struggling to admit the truth, afraid to say it. Say it or we're all leaving right now.
That would get you killed. You saw it.
I saw a bunch of coincidences. There's no proof anything you said is real. I could see Clyde clutching his bag tighter to his chest. Blake. He wanted to chime in the conversation only for Blake to snap back at him. Stay out of this! Okay, can I cut Blake? Like, can I just cut him? Like, reach over with, like, a knife or pair of scissors and just cut him. Just... Shwink! Right on... Oh, damn, I can't cut him. Damn. Girl, cut Liam instead. No, I don't want to cut Lakrichora. I don't want to cut him. I don't want to cut Lakrichora. Blake yelling at Clyde, death sentence. Yes! Yes! Death sentence! Look at Clyde's fingers! How can you yell at Clyde when you see his fingers? Look at his fingers! Look at how pinchable they are! Liam sighed, visible regret painted all over his face for what he was about to reveal.
Mediums are the only ones who can sense it.
I felt strange. My mind didn't get the opportunity to either agree or disagree with that statement, because my body was reacting on its own like a natural response. Pardon me? The wolf grunted, displaying skepticism. We all looked at each other in surprise, seeking further approval, with Dylan being the only one unfazed by that revelation. Do you vouch for him, then? Blake also noticed that and asked the crocodile. Yes, everything he said is true. The wolf backed away and the room fell quiet. Dylan had no reason to lie to us since it wouldn't benefit him in any way.
I hope you're happy, Blake. You've pushed your friends one step closer to the edge.
Fuck off, Liam! Blake hurried away, causing Dylan to roll his eyes and follow suit. I'm also capable of smelling that odor.
Classy fuckboy Clyde is fine. Just cut plain annoying Liam, la creatura.
Oh. I had noticed, and with this new information, I was still processing what it meant for us both.
I don't need to repeat myself. What are you going to do? I'm fine with going alone as well.
I'm still interested in seeing this place up close, so show me.
Fine. You four wait for us.
Russell accepted the situation incredibly quickly, as if he had expected this. I had to admit, I did consider this possibility too, but never took it seriously. I can't believe I allowed my therapist to drag me into this. I'm such an idiot. Hey now, don't blame the people who tried helping you. I'm sure they never expected this to happen. Of course not. My therapist most likely thinks this is just an abandoned rock in the middle of the forest. Ryan placed his hand on my shoulder. Let's sit for now. It's useless to stand still. Are we going to wait like they said we should? I don't know. Everything's gotten so confusing, so it seems safer to stay here and wait for them to return first. What do we do if they don't come back? It was a question sitting in the back of everyone's minds. The elephant in the room, so to speak. Blake would never leave us here. True, Blake would never abandon us, and Dylan probably won't either. I appreciate you trying to paint Dylan in a better light, but hopefully this place is really empty and Liam's lying. I wanted to believe that too, but the more time we spent here, the less likely that seemed to be the case. Just one more hour, yeah? I stared at the blue candle, seeing that flame dance and flutter in the night. Somehow eased my anxiety. Can I? Ryan dragged a couple of chairs closer to me so that we could sit together. I took a step backward to give him enough space. We cuddled up together under that light, with nothing to do but wait for time to do its thing. I started feeling cold. The flames were too small to generate any actual warmth, and the temperature seemed to drop faster when we weren't doing anything. Ryan invited me to scooch up closer, so I did. He raised his arm and I pressed against his side. That nice smell of pines was pushing away the other one. His warm body was setting mine on fire. I felt a surge of emotions hitting me that were overriding what I was feeling before. Were they looking at us? Should I move away? Was this misleading? I was blocking myself from just enjoying this moment. Feeling any better? Yes. Thank you. Can I ask you something? Sure, we don't have anything else to do here. You said that only mediums could smell that, and you did, so... I don't know, Ryan. I have no idea what it means to be a medium. And that means Dylan and Russell are mediums, too. Dylan didn't surprise me. They're always together, and he seemed to like keeping a close eye on Liam. Just like Blake does with me. I was surprised Clyde did notice that. Oh, they're cuddling? How scandalous. This is going to take a while, so I might consider a nap. I envied how calm and relaxed he looked. I could never sleep in this place. His body would surely have helped, but that wasn't enough to fully relax. My hand slowly rubbed his belly as he leaned back into the chair and fell asleep. I wondered what Russell thought about being a medium. He didn't react at all as usual. I'll ask him some other time, when we're not locked inside an abandoned castle. I helped myself to some music from my phone, the only tool I had left to speed up this boring process. They should be here soon. It's taking too long. Calm down, it hasn't been an hour yet. They did have a couple more minutes under their belt, true. This isn't the time to be punctual! Patrice let out a scared whine that Clyde tried hushing down. I didn't mean it like that. You know I've been letting myself go on that front lately. The tiger fidgeted, growing uncomfortable. The waiting was getting to him. Should we look for them? We all knew that was a terrible idea. He didn't seem capable of making rational decisions when the situation was dire. Are you sure you want to do that? Ryan and I can look around without going in too deep to see if they're on their way here or something. After I chimed in, I freed myself from the bear hug and woke up the big fuzzy boy. Oh, what's up? Remember my name? He stretched, scratching his teary eyes and giving a long, drawn-out sigh. They haven't returned, Ryan. It took him a moment to connect that information to the present, but when he did, his eyes snapped wide open. Seriously? Guess we'll have to move now. True, the time limit is over, so we really have no choice but to go ourselves. I wanted to explore. That's the entire reason I agreed to join, so I'm not going to stay still and let people do everything for me. How bad can it be? Be careful. I have a bad feeling about this. You see my fur? Got sticking out.
Bad! Bad sign!
Shall we wait another hour here? You don't have to. I'm sure it's going to take another minute or two. Then explain why 4 of our friends are missing right now. I opened the bag Liam gave us and checked inside for anything useful we could use. Maybe the path they took collapsed and now they're waiting for us to come and rescue them. That would be kind of nice, actually. Somehow that's the best case scenario. Rope, flashlight, a pocket knife, paper, pen, food, water, compass, and several medium-sized weapons were lying at the bottom. Is this a cross? Why is there a rosary in here? I know we already freaked out over the weapons, but I feel like pointing it out again. It doesn't make any sense to bring those against ghosts, if they do exist. We can't touch them. What if you could? What if you could? I don't know why I said that. It felt almost instinctive to say, almost as if I knew already. Well, you're the medium here. I narrowed my eyes at him and he smirked. You sure are in the mood to crack jokes, huh? You gotta deal with the pressure somehow. Ryan grabbed the bag off the floor and walked out. Be careful out there. We're gonna die. We're going to die. We're gonna die. I hope you know that. Hope you know that. We're gonna die. Hope you know that, Ryan. Hope you know that. We're gonna die. In the wise words of Andrew W.K., gonna get ready to die, get ready to die. If you had a power, what would it be? Is this really the time? Shouldn't we figure out what it is that you can do? You're way too into this. I didn't tell you before, but Russell can read minds, that's for sure. Just because he figured out what you liked to eat, he knew exactly what I wanted to eat. The answer is food, Ryan. It's not hard with you. My head began pulsing again. It was annoying, but with time you start getting used to it. I hushed Ryan before he could speak. We needed silence. Mostly me. Why did you return? What do you mean, why him? Did he do something? Did he do something? Did he do something? Did he do something? Because, like, I'm not... I don't know if he did anything. Did he do something? What the fuck did he do? Let me check. Hang on, he's an American singer, multi-instrumentalist. Fucking, I don't know what he did. What did he do? Did he do something? Rolling Star 04, did he do something? I don't know. I was quoting, Ready to Die by Andrew WK. I don't know either. I don't know if he did anything. Why did you return? I nudged Ryan again. I said be quiet. What are you talking about? I didn't say anything. You will regret this. I gulped. The realization that someone else was speaking struck me hard. Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, no. Andrew WK, he's a singer. Oh, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I honestly don't even know who's problematic on the internet anymore. I lost count. In a panic, I tried finding the source of that voice, but I couldn't see it. That's a problem. You heard it? Did you? That's what I'm saying. Everything's dead silent. Nothing's coming this way at all. I waited, hopeful to hear more, but the presence disappeared, and with that, my headache also calmed down. Ryan checked the entrance one more time, but I could see the boulder was still in the way from where I was. What's the plan? We could go back and wait, but that's the boring option. We'd just be wasting time doing that. We need to figure this out ourselves. Yeah, that's the answer I want to hear. That's how you die, Ryan. We took the opposite hallway with the idea of seeing how things looked through a window. We could break the glass and walk through. It's ground level and seems safe. I stared in disbelief at what I was seeing. Was it always this foggy? This didn't feel right. If things were that simple, the others would have returned by now. I can test it out if you're worried. Stupid
It's time
bear.
to drink water.
I think I wouldn't be worried about you too. That's no different.
It's time to drink water. It's time to drink water. It's time to drink water.
Oh, I see. Let's search for our friends first, then we can decide afterward. My only lead was following the smell and finding the source, which was most likely where Liam went. This way. I pulled out the flashlight and cut through the fog to increase the view. He went slow, remembering what I was told earlier, to be as quiet as possible. Then Ryan suddenly pulled me into himself. The floor. I gazed down and saw a hole right below me. Shit. I didn't want to say it was deadly, but falling through one of these would hurt. We reluctantly walked around it. There was enough space for one person to cross, so I went first. Please don't break, please don't break. He repeated that until the bear safely joined me on the other side. We'll try to find an alternative route later, okay? What's going on? Hang on, I'll be right back. I'm gonna leave the... Like, what's going on? Really? No. No. It's not the dog, it's a cat. Being a little asshole. Yeah. Ryan gave a relieved nod as he caught up with me. We walked deeper in, then the smell hit me harder than ever before. I began coughing, tears forming in the corners of my vision. It was the door on my right. Oh, it's not at the end? I mumbled a negative answer and stared at it. Now that I was in front of it, fear decided to pay me a quick visit. What was waiting for me on the other side? Was it really going to be a corpse? How would I react when I see it? Ryan reached for the handle of my place and twisted it open. I was supposed to do it. The door didn't fight back and released an even stronger odor, so much so I should have fainted, honestly. The bear took the flashlight off my hands and stepped inside. His initiative got me to move after him, knowing it'd be unfair to have him shoulder everything. I quickly scanned the room, the old bedroom we found yesterday, for whatever horror was awaiting us. Here. My eyes widened. On top of that dusty sheet, skeletal remains of a dead beast man were laid to rest. So, everything Liam said is true. I was paralyzed, staring at what was once a living person, and now were just bones and torn clothes. What happened here? Were they killed? Were they trapped in here until death took them? Could this be us? My face twisted with discomfort at the sight. Life was so frail and easily broken. I didn't realize how upsetting it could have been to witness the end of a life. I've never known this person, and I'll never get the chance to, yet I've found myself grieving for them. I hope they're in a better place now. Nobody deserves to suffer like this. I picked up the old bedsheet off the floor and gently covered the body with it. This might be stupid, but consider this my way to bury and protect your memory. Rest in peace. It was immediate. The moment I did that, the smell vanished as if it never existed to begin with. Thank you. A feeble voice behind us spoke, and strangely enough, I didn't freak out. It was a gentle remark that got me on the verge of crying. Oh my god, hi! It was a ghost, just a floating silhouette with an undefined shape and no features. Like an incomplete drawing. Their existence slowly fading away. The only thing I could see was a blue outline around them. Exactly like the book said. Holy shit! Hearing that remark snapped me back into reality. Wait, you can see it? He's coming. He's coming. He's coming. I felt so much fear in their voice. Who is? Run, please. Don't die. I was still overwhelmed, honestly. This ghost seemed to know about the castle, and what we needed the most right now was intel. The door on the opposite side of the room unlocked itself and the ghost disappeared. Shit, I had so much to ask. I didn't find Liam either. Joel? I hear footsteps. Oh, thank God, that was the greatest news I'd ever received this evening. I want to see Liam's stupid face so bad right now. Reached for the door before I could open it, my head throbbed in pain. A hit so strong it almost got me on my knees. Then it went away again, just as fast as it came, leaving me honestly dumbfounded. This wasn't normal. Headaches don't just drive by. The footsteps I had heard before were closer, and now that I was more focused, I realized that something was wrong about them. Specifically, the sound was metallic. Let's go meet them. I grabbed his arm and, as hard as I could, and yanked him inside the room. Closing the door behind us, I understood what the ghost meant now. That was a warning. We need to find a place to hide. I'm not sure why, but, well, I don't fit anywhere in this room. I'm too big. Then we're running to somewhere you can. We used the other door and found ourselves in another hallway, now deeper into the castle and unable to use the same path we first took. Ryan was slower than me, but somehow kept up. I needed to move ahead and make sure nothing weird was on the floor. Can you believe it? We actually saw a ghost! We sure did. I could look at you through it, but distorted, like underwater. Not the right time to talk about it. Ah, yeah. You said something's chasing us? More like trying to locate us first. And you think I can't take it, whatever that is? If Liam's been right so far, then fighting it doesn't sound smart. We did get weapons, though. They have to be a last resort. At the very end of that corridor, there was no door but a hole surrounded by vines. Do you fit in there? Looks tight. Let me go first, then give this bear a push from behind. Out of context! Especially with what I wrote last night. Out of context. I'm gonna upload it to the Discord server after stream. What it was that I wrote. Because I forgot to do it. This line out of context is fucking hilarious. Oh, hiya, welcome. Looks tight. Let me go first, then give this bear a push from behind. He was right on that front. I did feel my anxiety levels increasing at the prospect of being unable to shove him in, but thankfully he managed to fit. That doesn't help! That doesn't help! That doesn't help! At this point, I don't know. I'm not trying to insult anyone's writing. I'm not trying to do that. So either A, I have a dirty mind, which I probably do, and or B, developers are doing this on purpose, or C, it is entirely coincidental, and it is a fucking hilarious coincidence. I'm thinking it's C. It's a combination of A and C. This should be the greenhouse. This map is completely wrong then. No, I don't think so. It was right yesterday. You really support the idea that the room's shuffled? Yeah, we're not trying to diss you or anything. We just don't take anything seriously here. You really support the idea that the room's shuffled? Is it really the craziest theory right now? I walked further in, thinking about the monster. Hiding was a priority. Look, there's a pond over there. You think we can drink this? The answer is no, and don't bother asking about a filter. I experienced momentary relief as I surveyed the overgrown vegetation surrounding us. There was so much everywhere that it'd be quite hard for anyone to find us here. Ryan, walk into that bush. I need to see if it hides you well. Sure. It was big enough to fit multiple people, so size didn't matter anymore. Another out of context moment. Ryan sneezed. Sounds, on the other hand, were another issue. You have to be silent or we're fucked. It's that simple. Sorry, that leaf tickled my nose! I reluctantly let that statement hang in the air and jumped into the bush with him. If anything, I'll cover his face with my hand. It's nice to have you sitting on my lap. I was a mixture of embarrassed and angry. He didn't have to say that. Ryan? I'm scared too, okay? I'm trying to cope by giving myself some positive energy to fight it off. I get it. You're allowed to hold me for now. Those footsteps echoed through the corridor, louder than before. Was something being dragged on the floor? I could feel my heart climbing into my throat, beating so fast my ears were ringing. One step after the other, slowly making its way to us. I was afraid, so much so that my mind began questioning the strategy altogether. I'd have preferred to run away instead, constantly keeping distance rather than risking it like this. We didn't know anything. We couldn't be certain hiding was the solution. What if it could see us no matter what? My legs were shaking, not good. I was letting my mind get the best of me. I needed to calm down before this entity would enter the greenhouse. I'm here. Think about me. From Joel Kaysen to Hole Slicin'. Yes! Ryan dragged me closer and I smelled that fragrant set of pines he always carried. When I'm with you, I always feel better. I want to help you so I won't be dead weight. I'm so jealous of you, Ryan. Wish I could borrow a tiny bit of that courage you have. A shadow approached closer, making its way in through the vines. The gap was obviously too small for it. We heard the wall breaking down. It arrived. We were about to gamble with our lives, and I wasn't prepared for this. A knight showed itself to us. They wore full body armor, old, rusty, and bloody. I was so goddamn scared and my breathing suddenly felt so noisy. The thing it had was a great sword dragged along the ground rather than being carried. With every step they took, they'd leave trails of blood in their wake. I'd hoped none of our friends met an early demise by their hands. Their walk was slow, sloppy, the same posture a zombie would have. Sinners. A masculine voice muttered words under their breath that I couldn't understand. A long inhale followed suit, like they were in pain themselves. suffocating under the heaviness of the armor they carried. They kept walking, unfazed, uninterested in their surroundings. My head was acting up again. I didn't want to imagine what would happen if they found us. That thought alone encouraged me to shut up. This was what being tortured was like, a slow, incessant battle for survival. An endurance test as we waited for that monster to leave. Ryan began fidgeting. Shit, they were taking too long and the position I forced him in was getting uncomfortable. Reached out for his leg and held it still with my hand, shooting him a desperate look. He knew, but mind and body didn't always agree with each other. The knight stopped in its tracks and their heads snapped in our direction, showing me a terrifying stare. A pair of red glowing eyes were fixated on us. I was so close to letting out a gasp. What should we do? Should we run for it? Were we going to get chased? They should have been able to run just fine. I don't know. They were moving, and with that stare down, both Ryan and I froze, overtaken by fear. Our hearts were racing together. The desire to survive kicked in and silenced our breathing. One infernal minute went by, another scare like this, and I was going to piss my pants. The knight snapped back to normal and resumed walking through the greenhouse. We watched him leave the room, but we didn't exit that bush for at least a couple more minutes. We didn't feel safe enough. I'm going to have nightmares about this. He rolled out of the bush, groaning with discomfort, every muscle in his body twitching in pain. That's enough thrills for tonight. Are we going back to the safe room? Yes, it's been a while now. It'd be best to update Patrice and Clyde on what we saw. Maybe the others returned and found an escape route. I really wish that was the case, but I doubted it. That knight left blood everywhere, and whose blood was that? I was scared of finding the answer. Are you washing your face or something? I looked at him confused. The water in the pond was poisoned. Didn't he see the muddied color? I thought I heard splashes coming from it. My fur raised in response to that statement. We're leaving this room right the fuck now. I turned on my flashlight and retraced our steps. The blood splatters on the floor were being inconveniently useful. Be quick about it. I hate stepping in it. I hate the feeling I get from touching it. My body was tingling. Something nearby was getting my attention, but it didn't feel negative. I couldn't quite catch it, but a presence ran through one of the doors and disappeared inside. Ryan wanted to leave, and I also needed a break, so I decided to ignore whatever that was and hurried away. Could this person be Liam's sister? I shook my head, gazing upon the skeleton we met earlier. No. This person doesn't have a ring. Maybe it fell on the floor? Let me see if it's underneath. The only thing he found was more delicious dust for our tired lungs. Never mind. I told you so. Whatever. I'm tired, thirsty, and I want some food. We have something in the bag if I remember correctly. Really? Oh, thank God. That makes the situation less miserable. Ryan, you are a simple creature. He immediately went for it, so I had to stop him from making a rash decision. Not here, in the safe room. And we need to split it evenly by rationing it. We don't know how long we're going to be trapped in here. Ryan froze, moved his hands away from the bag and gazed down, heartbroken. Don't say that. I know, sorry. I'm sure that this will be all over soon. We're going back and everyone's waiting for us. Got it? Yes, I agree. I wasn't sure he believed it either, but anything that convinced him to keep going was enough for me. I'll show you. Ryan opened the door and walked away. That took me by surprise, so I followed after him. Wait, slow down, Ryan. What's gone into him? He was suddenly rushing through and I clearly remembered this path being dangerous to cross. I know, don't worry. That wasn't the only thing I was worried about. We're going home now. This isn't fun anymore. The reality of the situation was starting to sink in for him, and being overwhelmed by it was normal. I tripped and fell trying to match with Ryan, and he was so focused on heading back that my fall went unnoticed. What a pain in the ass. You could have noticed that at least. Whatever, we had to get back anyway. I dusted myself off, lucky to have avoided any blood that ruined my clothes, and chased after him. There he was, standing in the middle of the room looking straight ahead. I wanted to talk to him, but couldn't help thinking that was weird. Ryan? Why was he standing still like that? Mere seconds ago, he was so invested into heading back that I was forgotten. Upon closer inspection, deep inside I could see another figure looking back at us, but I couldn't discern any shape, just shadows. I needed more light. Am I tripping? Do you see it too? I pointed my flashlight at the suspicious shape and freaked out. on one hand, we need to run. But on the other hand, all my wishes came true! It was Ryan. The exact same bear currently frozen and shocked by my side was also in front of us. It was unmistakably the same person. I couldn't see anything that could distinguish him from the original. Except, I guess, the silent treatment we were given that made his naturally positive smile come off as disturbing. He flinched, covered his face from the light, and spoke. Okay, can you please turn that off? My eyes are burning. He sounds exactly like you! I don't have a fucking twin, Joel! We had no idea what to do about this. The clone conveniently placed himself between us and the corridor to the safe room. He was fully aware of our intentions. Ryan took a step back, feeling threatened. I did the same. I couldn't tell if this creature was friendly or actually dangerous. He was capable of perfectly replicating Ryan, and that in itself was problematic. Prepare for trouble, make it double. I don't know why we need to prepare for trouble. My dreams just came true. There's two of him. There's two of Ryan right there. My dreams came true. Fucking... You know what? Fuck it, I'm gonna start singing. Should I? Should I do that reference? But after the ad. After the ad. Okay. I gotta... Okay, I gotta do it. Okay, are we ready? Ready? Feels like a dream. Feels like magic. Now I believe I can have it. Ooh, ooh, Temu. Ooh, ooh, Temu. All of my wishes came true. Shop like a billionaire. Shop like a billionaire. Ooh, ooh, Temu. Ooh, ooh, Temu. We are gonna fucking die. But seriously, all my wishes came true. Oh my god, thank you for the sub. Thank you for the sub pack, thank you. Ooh, Temu, all my wishes came true. Trying to run away? I wouldn't recommend that. What you'll find is 10 times worse than talking with me. Who are you? Why do you look like Ryan? I don't just look like him, I am Ryan. Shut up already, I can't stand looking at and hearing myself. Go away. I know you can't, we're the same person after all, I know what you're thinking. You're worried I'd reveal the secrets you so desperately have been hiding from Joel. Never mind, my wishes didn't come true. I'm not shopping like a billionaire. I can't live, laugh, love in these conditions. We can't live, laugh, love in these conditions. Ryan's face darkened, proving that his argument was somewhat correct. Enough! Ryan unzipped his bag and took out one of Liam's swords. The clone smirked, obviously satisfied to have triggered a reaction. I stepped forward and grabbed the sword too. The bear tried jerking it away from me, but I tightened my grip. What are you doing? Let go! I'm stopping you from doing something stupid. Again! What do you mean again? I've done nothing but listen to you the entire time. Now that I can do something useful and protect you, you're stopping me? Who asked you to? I'm trying to keep us both safe, not just myself. I've decided there's no other way. He won't let us meet with Clyde and Patrice. The standoff grew more and more hectic, causing Ryan to slightly cut my hand. Shit! It wasn't deep, but it hurt like hell. Blood slowly poured down my fingers, and without anything to stop it, the floor now also had drops of my blood. I tripped earlier, while you were running here. It was just for a few seconds, but you left me there and didn't even notice I wasn't with you. Honestly, I would have been happier to see you turning around to help me up than whatever this garbage is. I used my other hand to hold the cut and slow the bleeding. Ryan, hearing this, dropped the sword on the ground in defeat. I could see him going through an internal crisis. The other Ryan just laughed it out, listening to us from the background. The real reason you wanted to fight him is to keep your stupid secrets hidden instead. True. And that, I say I don't care. I started talking to the clone. I'm the same. I also have many problems in my life that I've decided to run away from. So I understand that he wishes to look the other way and pretend everything's fine. Ryan's expression softened, letting out a small whine in response. So I suppose that's also why I never push too much. I'm so scared of facing problems that I'd rather be here instead. My feelings for Ryan won't change no matter what happens. There will be a time when Ryan will come clean and tell me what's going on. He doesn't need you to do that. Joel? The faker clapped, commending my speech, but it still felt like a joke to me. There's only one problem. You two don't have that luxury anymore. You're on borrowed time. If you want to safely leave the castle tonight, one of you has to die. Sacrifice a friend or slowly die together of starvation. The choice is yours. Then he slowly faded away like he never existed at all. Like a ghost. I approached Ryan to check on him. He gently nuzzled my wounded hand with his face. I'm so sorry I messed up again. No, you didn't. You've been holding up so well the entire night. Everyone has a limit and everyone gets tired. This castle really fucks with your mind. We need to get your hand bandaged now. Maybe Clyde's been holding on to some. Let's go back. I couldn't stop thinking about what the faker had said before disappearing. We found nothing. No information, no friends, zero leads toward a solution. We only risked dying a couple of times. The clone didn't lie to Ryan. Everything he said about him was true, so why lie about that too? I was afraid of asking him because I knew he'd be thinking about it too. We walked back to the safe room. We're gonna leave off here tonight. This cat is being crazy. Well, stay safe, have a good night, and I will see you all tomorrow.